Hey guys, how you doing? Today we're gonna be checking out 4 true scary stories. And now, I know this creator, the person who makes these videos. I've watched one of his videos. It was 3 scary stories, quite a long time ago. I don't think he's gonna reuse them in this one. So yeah, really enjoyed that one in the way that I had nightmares for the next year and a half, probably, something like that. So yeah, anyway, let's start, I guess. Story 1.
It was a Friday or a Saturday night. I was
Hey, drunk
pre-gaming
with
with
the
some
boys.
friends at my apartment before going out to a bar in town. One of my friends called the Uber, and we were all pretty drunk, laughing and being loud with typical drunken banter. We got to the bar.
Oh wait. Yes,
Surprising.
sorry, I had to turn off my fan.
At some point in the night, I asked for a girl's number who I'd been talking to.
Oh, that's
When
nice.
I went into my pocket to get my phone, I realized I didn't have it on me. I checked all my
Alright.
pockets and confirmed this.
If I was somewhere
I tried
with my friends, I
retracing
would
my
be
steps in the
constantly
bar.
checking if my
I
phone's
asked
there.
each
It's like an
bartender if
anxiety.
someone turned in a phone. I didn't remember even using my phone the whole time I'd been out, though. I
Really?
stepped outside
What?
the bar with one of my friends to use his
Didn't
phone
use
to
your
call
phone.
mine. Someone picked up on the other end. I heard the fiddling of the phone, but they didn't say anything.
Alright.
I said, "Hi, where'd you find this phone?" Just breathing on the other end. I asked them if they were at the bar. They hung up on me. I looked at my friend
Call
and
the
tried
cops?
calling again.
Maybe?
Went
Yeah,
straight to
call the cops,
voicemail,
please.
though.
Please do.
I tried using Find My iPhone, but apparently I had that feature switched off for some reason. This was a pretty sobering experience. There was no way I could have fun knowing my phone was
Wait,
stolen.
was he drunk or was he sober?
My friends told me just worry about it
He was
tomorrow.
drunk, then
Go to the police station
sober,
and get their
then.
help in tracking it. I went home early that night. I put a couple slices of bread in the toaster
Yeah, I would
before
also be
bed
pretty pissed.
and found my phone on the kitchen counter.
Okay, first of all, very nice effect with a close-up of your phone. Nice case, by the way. Wait. Really big thing, just to put out there, right? He said that there was someone breathing on the other end. Alright, let's continue.
It didn't make sense. I signed into it and checked my recent calls. And indeed, someone accepted the call, and it lasted for 25 seconds. Someone had been in my apartment to accept the call. That much was clear.
No.
I flipped the place upside down looking, screaming for whoever it was to come out from where they were hiding.
Not a good
Of course,
idea.
this had a lot to
No.
do with the liquid
No.
confidence from drinking so much that night.
Oh yeah.
I finally called the cops, but considering there was no real proof of any
Finally.
forced entry, and places to hide are basically non-existent in this apartment, they couldn't do anything besides a police report.
What do you mean?
Nothing seemed to be missing from my apartment, but going to sleep that night, knowing someone had been in
Oh
my
my God,
apartment,
yeah,
or
imagine
even
going to
worse,
sleep.
might possibly have still been in there with me, was probably the most uncomfortable night of my life.
Wow, right off the bat, I thought he was gonna go in like slowly with like a not so shocking one, but you came in with
I
this.
was 17 years old, and this happened on a late summer night. My dad and little brother had gone to a Boy Scout camp
Oh,
out.
he's a gamer.
My dad was one of the Scoutmasters. I was home alone with my mom for the weekend. She was already in bed at this point. It was about 2 in the morning, and I was just
yes.
finishing up my
When
late
gamers,
night
it's the best
gaming. I
time
had
for
to go to the
gamers to
bathroom
game.
one more time
2
before
a.m.
going to sleep, though. While sitting on the toilet playing games on my phone, I heard
We've
the
all been there.
faintest little tap on the bathroom door. Mom, was that you?
That was
Mom.
not faint. That came
Windy
from my
or
left
anything.
ear.
There didn't seem to be any logical way to dismiss it. I slowly and nervously opened the door, but there was nobody there. However, my bedroom door was now
That's
shut.
probably his mom.
I
Like,
was certain I hadn't shut it. I went over to my mom's room and told her that I thought somebody was in my room.
hallucinations.
She didn't take me seriously.
Maybe.
Told me that she didn't know what to tell me.
Please, I'd be
I
hallucinations.
tried to convince myself
I beg
that
you.
maybe I did shut my door. I opened my door feeling extremely freaked out, and when I snuck a peek into the room, I felt like my heart exploded.
There's a
inside
bug.
of my
Oh my
chest.
god. Oh, not the best timing bug. Oh my god. There's a bug on a piece of paper here. and I'm just like watching this intently, and I see something crawling right next to me. Not the best time right now, please.
I could see a hand sticking out from behind the dresser in the corner of my room. Somebody was hiding there. I ran to my mom's room and locked the door behind me.
No.
After quietly freaking out, telling her there's a man in the house, she finally believed me and went straight to my phone to call the...
No. No, 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 no. Big no. Huge no. Humongous nope.
cops. I put my
hands are
ear up
clammy.
against the door to try and hear anything going on outside. I eventually heard the man's footsteps come out from my room and slowly come closer to my mom's room until making it right outside the door and stopping. I could see the outlines of his shoes through the bottom crack of the door. He tried the doorknob, but thankfully it had a lock. It seemed the lock was enough to persuade him to give up, because I heard him stomp down the stairs and out the front door.
Really?
I hurried to the window to see which way the man was heading.
If this guy was a murderer, he would not be like, oh, it's locked. Oh well, I'll get him next time, I guess. Story 3. Wow, we're 2 in, and I'm basically shitting myself.
When I was younger, 10 years old at the time, my mom had just started letting me stay home alone.
Imagine this.
We had been watching my mom.
Imagine all of this actually happened to this man. Imagine how traumatized he must be. I mean, it definitely didn't. I'm like 99% sure they're all fake. I'm 100% sure they're all fake, because no one would be sane if this had happened to them.
Mom's friend's dog while they were on vacation. My mom worked weeknights, so she told me that they would come around back since the dog's cage was right next to the back door, and that I would have to let them in.
What? Why not just...
I sat in the den by the back door, with the dog by my side while I watched TV. He then started to growl and bark, while looking out the window to the dark. I tried to see what he was barking at, but it was too dark. Of course, I assumed it was my mom's friend coming to pick up the dog. I went over to the door with the dog following me and turned on the patio light. I couldn't see anyone out there at first, but the dog was still barking.
I don't know, okay? I'm scared. I'm very scared.
Every corner of the yard, but then I saw someone at the garden by our shed.
Alright.
It looked like my mom's friend. They seemed to be bending over, picking something up. I assumed she was admiring my mom's garden or something logical.
Yeah, you would assume.
Then received a disturbing phone call.
Story.
I prioritized answering the phone, as my mom was strict about me always answering the phone when I was home alone.
Alright.
I left the dog to continue barking by the door, as I picked up the phone, hoping it was my mom.
Wait. Something doesn't add up. Wait, isn't the dog the friend's dog? Why would the dog not know that it was the owner? Why would it bark like heck? I don't know.
And it was.
It's kind of weird.
She told me that her friend wasn't going to pick up the dog that night, as they wouldn't be getting home until past midnight. I began to stutter, as the pure horror prohibited me from speaking coherently. I managed to finally blurt out that someone was in our yard, and my mom started screaming like a lunatic.
Yeah.
She told me to get up to my room, lock the door, and hide under the bed while my mom called the cops.
What?
I obeyed and laid there in silence for a good 10 minutes, until I got a knock at the door. I sprang up and out of the room, making it halfway down the stairs.
They sound so real, the
saw
sound
a
effects.
face looking in through the window of our front door. This face, a guy, staring right at me.
Why would you go down? Why would you go down to check? Is the serial killer still there? Yup. Who would do that?
You. I ran all the way back upstairs, tripping twice, and back to my room. I waited another few minutes before another knock came at the door, followed by a muffled shouting noise. It was the police this time.
Oh my god, thank
the
the
whole
Lord.
premises, but the guy was gone. They took me into custody until my mom arrived at the station.
Bruh.
After that incident, she...
I swear, if a person... When a person's telling you a scary story, when the story doesn't end with this man/woman suddenly disappeared, it's not a real scary story. I believe that all scary stories have to have an ending like that.
I started having a babysitter watch me again, all the way until I was 12.
You should... No, okay, it's fine, I guess. Story 4, thank God. don't want to listen to any more of these.
A long time ago, my girlfriend and I
I
were
already
looking
know
for a
what this is
private
gonna
place to
be.
be alone together since our parents were always home. There was a vacant house on the
Don't.
corner of our block that hadn't
No.
been owned for years. The back door was open.
Have you never watched a horror movie? Have you never had a nightmare? You probably have. And what do those have in common? Abandoned houses. Where are you going? An abandoned freaking house. You're
Always
very
left
smart.
unlocked. I would know because my friends and I had been in there before.
Oh,
We went in through the back.
okay, sorry then.
Before we could even get upstairs, there was a knock at the front door. We looked at each
That's
other with
probably
worry.
enough to send you
Someone
running.
had caught us
home.
sneaking in. She peeked out the window, but there was no one on the stoop.
See?
She
Told you.
made sure that the
Somehow,
door was locked
gone.
before turning back to me. I assured her it was just some kids playing Ding Dong Ditch. We made
Doubt
it
it.
only halfway up the stairs before
Highly,
the frantic knocking on
highly
the door
doubt it.
came back. She checked the window again. The porch was still empty. She opened the door
Oh
this
my
time.
god. Look at that picture. I can just imagine some guy dragging a body bag inside.
Still couldn't see
So-
anyone.
Mm.
I wanted to look tough to impress her, so I stepped outside and yelled at the pranksters to try it again. I shut the door and waited behind it, hands on the doorknob, ready to throw the door open.
Oh, okay.
I just waited there for
My
at
brain
least
lagged
a
there. I was
minute.
like, what?
I was about to just forget about it when I heard the blood-curdling scream of my girlfriend.
She
Turned
is
to
a
see what she
lady.
was screaming at.
I would
and
like
I
to keep
screamed
my
as well.
ears.
Just barely in the dark, we could see the silhouette of a huge humanoid figure very slowly making its way down the stairs. It was moving in a hovering-like motion. We ran past it just in arm's
Hovering-like
reach and
motion?
left the house the way we came.
What?
We ran all the way back to my house, both of us out of breath.
This one.
We know it couldn't have been an old person. They had to be at least 7 feet tall.
Jesus,
Nobody was
that's
supposed to
tall.
be living in that house, though. I even asked a
Yeah,
friend
like
living across the street from the
185
house,
centimeters?
and he said
Sorry,
it had
I'm not
been
American,
vacant
I
for
don't use
years.
feet.
The
I
ghostly
understand.
way the figure moved made it all the more disturbing. We
Hoveringly.
both agreed to keep quiet about this
Quite
story.
disturbing, I guess.
I still occasionally have a nightmare, or bad
Jesus
thoughts about that
Christ.
night.
Nah, number 4 didn't. Wow, alright. Number 4 didn't really do it for me. Because, I don't know, just hoveringly he was walking down the stairs. First 3 though, excellent. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed me shooting myself. And don't forget to subscribe, because if you don't, there's gonna be a new horror story and you're gonna be in it.